Hello YouTube, it's Atticus and welcome back my friends to High Elf Week Game 2. And ladies and gentlemen, I have a very special one for you today because we are fighting against the Skaven. So yeah, the last game was Dwarves, this game is Skaven. I figured we would fight some of the artillery factions since those are kind of hard for the High Elves. And guys, I thought I'd try the dreaded 3 Bolt Thrower build. And yeah, I've done this build on the Dark Elves many times, so we're going to see how it works on the High Elves. And I think it actually is more beneficial to the High Elves because of one thing. This lady right here, the handmaiden of the Everqueen, who has a bunch of really cool buffs that really help bolt throwers. So you can see right here, she has a Quicksilver shot, Enchanted Spyglass for more missile damage, and then more reload speed, the Horn of Isha. So she's going to make these bolt throwers fire like machine guns pretty much. For my army, guys, let's go ahead and just jump into the builds, though. You can see I'm just bringing a princess up on a Moondragon. So, yeah, the whole idea behind this build is going to be ranged firepower between the princess, the handmaiden, and the bolt throwers. Pretty much all the rest of my army is just cheap units just to hold things in place. The dragon's going to give you some good breath attacks and terror, obviously, but yeah, we're going to be able to use the magic missiles of the princess and hopefully be able to do some good damage. As mentioned before, we do have a handmaiden for my secondary lord. I don't have any casting, no magic. For my infantry core guys, we do have a mixture of spearmen. We have 5 of them in total, one of them being the Scions of Mathlon. So they're going to be given that damage resistant trait to these 3 units right here, or these 2 units right here. In the back, we just have some Lothran Sea Guard. These guys do really good against plague monks and low armored shaft units of the Skaven. For my Calv contingency guys, we just have 2 units of Silver Helms, and these guys, their sole mission is to try to lock down rat ogres and try to lock down what are those things called? The Doom Wheels and things like that. So Doom Flares, there it is. So that's my build, guys, but it's really going to come down to these bolt throwers. We'll see how it goes. For my opponent, this foul Skaven here, guys, we do have Ikit Claw up on a Doom Flare, so leading the army. For his spells, looks like he just has Brass Orb, Limited Power, Storm Demon, what do we got here? Death Frenzy, Howling Warp Gale, which will come really handy for my Princess, and Warp Lightning. So pretty standard loadout for Ikit Claw. My opponent does have a little bit of artillery himself, but he's really outgunned, or, he just has the Ikit Zap Zap. So yeah, I mean, against, 3 bolt throwers, that thing will get melted pretty quickly. For his infantry core guys, he just has Clan Rats, the Council Guard, Storm Vermin, and these guys are going to be a real nuisance to have to deal with because they're unbreakable, so they'll literally have to fight to the last man, and I don't really have a lot of armor-piercing units. If you think about it, I just have shield or spearmen and really, low-tier things like that, so Lothran Sea Guard are going to have to do a lot of damage on these guys, even though they do have 90 armor, so it's going to be kind of grinding. Some more Clan Rats, secondary line of Clan Rats. We do have some Warplock Giselles, the Natty Booball Sharpshooters. These guys are hidden, and they're going to do really good at trying to snipe my lord. Then we do have a Plague Priest up on an altar here, guys. Another Rat Ogre, more Clan Rats, and more Clan Rats. So this is really powerful, and you can see my opponent has brought in some pretty good spells. He has Blessed with Filth, Wither, and the Vermintide. So this is a pretty powerful army. I'll give it to my opponent. This is looking like it's going to be a grindy battle. So let's go ahead and jump into it, guys. So right off the bat, as Jackie Chan said to the stunt devil, I don't know. You can see the bolt throwers just going to start shooting up on these rat ogres here, guys. We're starting to push up. The Ikit Zap right here does have more range than my bolt thrower, so I'm going to have to start moving up here ahead. You can see we are going to start trying to reposition, and we're just going to be forced to kind of take some of the damage to the face. Now, I need to be careful with my princess. I don't have any healing, so any damage that I do take is going to be free damage to the princess. I'm not going to be able to heal that. You can see that my opponent has been able to get some pretty good damage in. You see that direct hit right there killing some of my men, but the bolt throwers are going to start to open up here, guys. And yeah, we're going to start directly getting into Ikit's Zap right here, and we'll just watch the damage. The next volley right here should destroy a unit. We'll go ahead and watch, and a miss, and this one hopefully will do it. No. Well, give it time. We're still firing a lot more quickly and powerfully because of the handmaiden. So here comes another volley. We'll go ahead and watch it, and there we go. Finally, we're going to destroy a unit, and now we'll start switching on to these ones right here and be able to do the damage. Now, my opponent, he is not moving up. He's just sitting here taking the trade with me with this artillery dude, which is not going to favor him. He would be more wiser to attack me since I do have 3 more bolt throwers, but for some reason he's trading against my both those, and you see we are going to be able to destroy a second unit. So yeah, if my opponent's willing to trade me right here, we're going to take that engagement. You can see that we're just raining hell on him, and every one of these units that we kill is just one less firing rate that he does have. And let's go ahead and look at my side, and you can see that he hasn't even really destroyed a single unit. He's just doing some damage. Well, we still have all our units in my little firing line right there, so we're doing really good for us, guys. And you see I'm just being really patient. I'm not sending up my troops. Well, I mean, why should I engage if my opponent's just going to sit there and just trade with the artillery? And you can see the handmaiden right here is giving that bonus. Now, the Warplock Giselles are going to start to fire. Now I'm going to start to be forced to move ahead. I don't want to sit here and take, shots to the face. Now, I do have silver shields on all these spearmen, so I'm not too concerned about it, but it is what it is. You can see we have destroyed all 4 now units of his Ikit Zap, and now we're going to start shooting on the Rat Ogres here, trying to do as much damage to these guys. Now, the real target's going to be obviously the Plague Priest. I'm going to want to get him focused down here pretty shortly, and I will do just that. You can see we're going to start getting into position right here, guys. We're being really patient. I'm leaving my silver helms in the back. I need to protect those bolt throwers. I don't want my opponent trying to goon them. And, you can see my princess is taking a lot of damage from the Natty Boo Balls and the Warplock Giselles. I was trying to get a breath attack, but she kept glitching. I think it was because she was getting shot in the face, so I wasn't really getting the breath attacks that I need. I do brace for the charge, so the Rat Ogres don't get their breath or their charge bonus. And you can see I'm going to get a really powerful breath attack right into those guys. We're going to be able to break them. Ikit Claw, though, is going to charge into 2 units of silver helms, and yeah, that's not going to be a very good engagement for him. He's desperately going to be need to pull out of those guys as quickly as possible. You can see it looks like he's going to get a Warp Lightning or the Lightning Storm's ability right here on that big group of troops, which is a good move. And you can see all across the lines right here, guys, the Spearmen are going to start attacking the Clan Rats. And as long as our Martial Prowess is still active, we should be able to win that. Over here on the right flank, though, I did not brace for the charge, and those Rat Ogres were able to crush those guys pretty effectively. Now, thankfully, these Lothran Sea Guards do have anti-large, so they're charged from charge defense against large, so they're not going to take too much damage from the Rat Ogres. But yeah, let's go over here and watch Ikit Claw. His spell was disrupted. You can see he does get some Clan Rats in here to kind of assist. But yeah, these Natty Boo Balls and the Sharpshooters are just being a real pain for us. You can see the Bolt Throwers now are opening up on top of the Plague Priest, guys. We got him down to about half health. And yeah, Ikit Claw now gets that Lightning Storm off right here. But it was kind of off to the side right here, so it's not doing as much damage as he probably could have if he would have just kind of veered a little bit to the right. Over here, the Lothran Sea Guard are fighting amongst the Rat Ogres, but we do have the support of the Bolt Throwers, as mentioned before. And you can see, guys, just this unrelented salvo of Bolt Throwers just doing such a good job. You can see that the Handmaiden is also getting some of her range shots off as well, and the Princess does have her magic missiles. You can see it is going to get a really good charge into the side of these Lothran Sea Guards. I don't know if they were going to be braced for that, but in the Infantry Core, though, guys, we're starting to look a little bit beat up. You can see that my High Elves are getting pretty shattered, so I definitely need to get some of these Lord Snipes that I could use the terror of the Princess when I do decide to land her. Now, the big thing that's biting me in the butt is all these shooters right here, all these Warplock Giselles. I just don't have enough troops to kind of get into the back, so I'm being forced to have to take the damage. Now, we are going to be able to break these Rat Ogres. That's a really good pick for us. And you can see we're getting this Plague Priest down to about a quarter of health. Now, he does do a Blessed by Filth, which is going to make his troops a little bit more powerful. But yeah, you can see I'm going to be able to get a unit of Silver Helms into the back right here, and we're instantly going to charge into the Natty Boo Balls and hopefully be able to shut those guys down. Lothran Sea Guard still at pretty good ammunition. You can see we're trying to focus the where are those guys at? The Council Guard, but yeah. Here comes the Handmaiden. I'm going to use her to try to goon the Plague Priest. Things are looking still, I don't know, guys. It's, right, balance of power is still right smack dab in the middle. You can see that I'm going to finally land my Princess to get her into combat, use that terror, and yeah, if we could get this Plague Priest here sniped down, things are going to look pretty good for us. And you can see my opponent's just has a bunch of Clan Rats and things like that left. He doesn't really have Rat Ogres and units like that. And we are going to be able to shut down the Natty Boo Balls, which is going to give me a very respite. Is that the word I'm looking for? It's going to give me a moment of breath. You can see we are going to be able to break the Plague Priest. That's going to give me a balance of power lead. I'm going to try to escort her off the map. with the bolt throwers, and we're going to be able to just destroy here. So yeah, now the balance of power is really strongly in my favor, guys. I still do have a handmaiden at full health and a dragon, but all my spear units are pretty much just crushed, and my opponent does have a full unit of council guard. So this is still, it could be anybody's game, because you think about it, both my lords are on large mounts, so they're going to be taking the damage from the council guard. You can see I am going to be able to break Icket Claw. My handmaiden is going to start to escort him off the map, and now we're on infantry duty, guys. You can see I am just landing my my dragon into these clan rats. We're just trying to stay away from the council guard. We do have some Lothern Sea Guard and some Silver Helms, just trying to keep these bolt throwers alive. They don't have that much ammunition, but as long as I keep these things alive, try to do as much damage as I can for the last couple volleys, we might be able to win this. You can see I do have a Lothern Sea Guard over here and a couple of spear units returning from routing. Over here, my Silver Helms are getting chased off by Rat Ogres, and we are going to finally beat Icket Claw. So that is a really good pick for us. We have killed both the leadership of the Skaven, and now it's going to come down to pretty much 2 lords and a few beat-up units and a couple bolt throwers versus Rat Ogres, Clan Rats, and the Council Guard. Now, I'm going to change these guys on the multi-shot, and we're going to start hammering these Council Guard, because I'm telling you guys, these could still win the game for them. They're unbreakable, so they're not going to be suffering terror routes. You can see we are going to just finish off these Rat Ogres. I just don't want those guys coming in there giving my opponent mass, because I'm definitely going to need to be able to cycle charge. And my troops are looking pretty beat up here, guys. You can see I do land right here. I'm just trying to terror route as much troops as I can. Get rid of all these shaft clan rats, because the real fight, like I mentioned before, is coming. So now the bolt throwers are going to start to open up. I change them to multi-shot, and boom, right onto the council guard, guys. Killing those guys. They're at 153 units, 149. I mean, we're doing some pretty good damage here. 148, so each volley is, doing some pretty good damage, but we're just running out of ammunition. They're at 146, 145. So, yeah, now you can see my Spearman units, the Scions of Mathlon, the Lothern Sea Guard, thankfully I do have. We're going to be able to do some damage into these guys. I'm trying to get the Handmaiden back into position. If we could just escort these things off the map. You can see I'm going to get a really devastating breath attack, though. Boom, right onto those guys, and we're going to get them down to 101 models. So, yeah, now I feel like I might have a chance here, just with the remaining units that I do have. And keep in mind, the Princess does have ammunition as well. So instead of charging in there, I'm just using her bow. I'm just shooting in, trying to do as much damage, and I'm using my handmaiden here to try to just get these shaft units off the map. If I can escort these troops off the map, isolate the council guard, we will probably have a chance, guys, because I can send these guys in the melee as well, just to absorb some of the shots. You see I'm going to get a rear charge into these clan rats right here, just trying to protect my remaining troops. And it's really just going to come down to this little glob right here. You can see the handmaiden's doing a really good job. We're routing off troops, these clan rats right here. And that's just the name of the game, guys, just escorting things off the map. Now, my opponent does get a unit of clan rats into my bolt throwers, unfortunately, but we've used all the ammunition, so it's not like it's a total loss, but I definitely need these guys for bodies. I'm definitely going to need some kind of meat shield when it does come down to it. You can see I'm going to get a magic missile from the Princess. That's one of her bound spells into the Council Guard, but she still has 85 models, guys. 85 models of anti-large, armor-piercing, unbreakable clan rats, or excuse me, storm vermin. So, yeah, this is going to be kind of tricky, I do decide. Lothern Sea Guard, Spearmen are routing, taking advantage of the Council Guard not being by his clan rats here. I'm just going to keep landing and cycle charging with the Princess. I do use Foe Seeker, and yeah, you can see that, as soon as we land right here, it's breaking these troops, and thankfully, these Warlock Giselles are out of ammunition, guys. You can see that now his last little glob right here is just like I mentioned before, shutting down these Eagle Claw bolt throwers. But thankfully for me, the Lothern Sea Guard right here are going to start opening up. We have 20 units left, and they do have, maybe 5 more shots of ammunition. So we're just starting to pepper in 77, 76, 74 units of Storm Vermin. So yeah, we're actually doing some pretty good damage, especially with the support of the Handmaiden with her ammunition. She has, maybe 3 more shots. So you can see she's going to come charging into these clan rats. We're keeping all his shaft units from returning, and we're just using the Princess's ammunition. Now, she's almost out as well, so it's really going to have to come down to charging them in eventually. Here come the Spearmen into the Council Guard. Now, I should have been more patient. I shouldn't have sent these guys in unsupported, because they're just going to get absolutely destroyed. But, like I mentioned before, we're just trying to do as much damage with our range units beforehand. So this is kind of frustrating, guys. I'm being forced to have to keep coming back, chase off terror route units, trying to keep them from, getting into the support of the Council Guard. But yeah, as soon as we land, it breaks his troops, and now we're starting to see some things shatter. So yeah, he has some clan units over here shattering. He does have some units over here, but we should be able to bounce over there and get those guys killed before he has a chance to regroup. And you can see the Council Guard is chasing off these Lothran Sea Guard right here. He is down to 67 models. You can see now he is going to realize that he's definitely going to need the ball up, but we're going to be able to intercept these guys. We're going to land in with a really good dragon attack. Boom, right into those guys. And yeah, it's going to break the clan rats, shatter them, and the Warplock Giselles are going to break as well. So now we're getting down to the final battle here, guys. I think we've shattered pretty much everything off the map besides the unbreakable Storm Vermin. Now keep in mind, guys, they have 67 Council Guards left. Now, all we have left is 2 large units and a beat-up little group of spearmen, 19 spear units. So, even though the bounce power is really strongly in my favor, guys, I've seen lords die to this. I've seen this, the balance of power be deceptive. You go into charge and your lord dies, terror routes, and you end up losing the game. So I have to be really, really patient with this. As you can see, I'm trying to hit them from the back. I don't want them to be braced for the charge. So I'm trying to go in from different angles. I come in with my handmaiden, boom, get a little bit of a charge in there. While he's moving, there goes the princess. He's not going to be braced, and boom, we're going to get a really good charge in with my dragon. Spearman going to come, and that's kind of what you have to do, guys. You don't want to leave him in, especially at the princess. If he gets my princess killed since she's so low, that could get me kind of a chain route, and you can see my spearman units just instantly die. So I'm just taking advantage, boom, get a charge in, and I send the princess. I'm just kind of ping-ponging back and forth. I don't want to leave them in combat too long, and you can see it's doing pretty good. We got them down to 39 models now. 38 models, but we need to pull out because look, you can see how quickly the princess is taking damage. So I'm clicking, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there, using the handmaiden since she has a lot of health to kind of screen for him, even though he's trying to get the princess. He really is. But thankfully we are able to pull back. Now the princess, I need to get out of there because she's going to start getting melted pretty quickly. But his back is turned, which means that the dragon should be able to get another good charge in. So here the dragon comes. Handmaiden's in a lot of bad position, but boom, right into the back. We send those Council Guard to 29 models now. 28 models. We instantly pull back. Handmaiden's starting to get beat up, guys. I'm against the clock right here. If the handmaiden dies, this princess would probably lose. I mean, it is possible, even though the bounce of power is really strongly in my favor. I'm going to pull the princess back. They're going to chase her. And here comes the dragon again. Boom, right into the back of those guys. 24... what are we at? 2019. So yeah, at this point, guys, you kind of get the picture. We are doing pretty good. I pull back the princess, and I think you guys get the picture. We'll just go ahead and just watch it. You can see some of the micro. There goes the handmaiden getting a little bit of a charge, and you can see luck. Thankfully, I do have 4 bolt throwers coming in, and these guys are going to be able to absorb some of the shots. And yeah, guys, that is going to be game. You can see my opponent is down to 5 units right here. And we'll just go ahead and fast forward it. It's just one more charge in, being patient, and that is a win for the High Elves, guys. So that was a really cool game. That was a very long, grinding kind of game, but you saw it worked. So let's go to look at the in-screen breakdown and talk about some of the keys for my success. And yeah, the big key for my success was the 3 bolt thrower build with the handmaiden. We were able to snipe Ikit, we were able to snipe his artillery, we were able to snipe his rat ogres, and we were able to snipe the plague priest. So it did really good. If not for those 3 bolt throwers getting value, obviously our infantry core would have died. The dragon did really good. Having the princess on the dragon allowed me to get the rain shots, the breath attacks. The silver helms did a really good job of catching Ikit out of position. And yeah, guys, the Lothran Sea Guard obviously were a good pick against rat ogres because they can protect themselves, and rat ogres don't have that much armor. So, alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that one. We're High Elf Week Game 2. It's Atticus, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye now.